Good morning, welcome. It's 14th of February 2019, Valentine's Day. And since it's Valentine's Day, we got some stories here featuring all the love. And this is from the Shield's Daily News on the 14th of February 1934. Though attempts have been made to revive St. Valentine's Day observance, there is little sign that our modern young people are at all attracted by its romantic associations. It is rather remarkable that the customs once so popular in connection with this particular saint's day should have been so completely abandoned, along with crinolines and hansom cabs. Probably the reason for this neglect may be found in the multitudes of various interests that may be enjoyed by the young people of this age. They are too busy to bother with composing lovesick doggerel for the objects of their affection, and too intelligent to dispatch rather vulgar comic valentines to the objects of their dislike. Yep, so come on people, when you have a bit of spare time today, give a few minutes to compose some lovesick doggerel for your latest crush, right? In 1862, they didn't have any such troubles. Valentine's Day in London. The delivery of letters within the metropolitan districts on Friday exceeded by several thousands that of Valentine's Day in 1861. In order to expedite the delivery, extra letter carriers were employed in each district, where dinners were provided for them after their arduous labours were performed. So from one extreme to the other, the Victorians basically had no shortage of doggerel whatsoever, but by 1934, they were sick of it. Gotta love those Victorians. Here's a report concerning the traditions of Valentine's Day in 1870. The fashion of sending valentines to every child of one's acquaintances has become so universal in our own day that the number of letters passing through the General Post Office for delivery in London and suburbs alone increased fivefold within the last 9 years, and whereas in 1860 it only reached a little above 300,000, it amounted in 1868 to considerably more than 1.5 million. The designs of many of them are so graceful and elaborate that the letter carriers are not the only people who dread the day. Eastward as well as westward, in the City and the Strand no less than in Regent Street, there are numberless valentine sellers, and in a room at the top of the houses of one such, not far from the centre of the Strand, you will find a crowd of neatly dressed and pleasant-looking girls engaged for 6 months beforehand in transforming the raw materials into those graceful compositions. The raw material in this case consists of sheets of little cupids in every conceivable attitude, and groups of flowers, principally roses, forget-me-nots and heartsease from Germany, piles of little squares of silk and satin upon which sprigs of fuchsia and jessamine have been charmingly painted by hand in Paris from designs sent from here a year ago, whilst of London make there are boxes of artificial flowers and pearl beads, chests of little landscapes printed in colours, and quires of embossed, silvered and gilded paper and envelopes, and of that delicate lacework which is perpetual wonder to children of all ages. Of course, the process of perfuming, if required, is done before the materials are given out to be made up. So, what on earth were they sending each other in Victorian London? Chests of little printed landscapes? I dread to think what the Valentines were like. So let's get back to the jaded times of 1926. St. Valentine's Day, despite periodic attempts at its revival, is now but a memory, and even that only to those who can go back 40 or 50 years ago. To all others, February the 14th is now only as other days of the calendar. According to the tradition, the old-time exchange of the gaudily printed greetings between lovers on that date had its origin in the mating of birds, which begins every year about this time. The advent of the mock Valentines destroyed what was a pretty human custom, but the annual observance in the feathered world still continues and brings delight to all who have eyes to see and hearts to understand. So I've got absolutely no idea if that's the truth behind Valentine's Day or not, but surely it can't be. Anyway, on that note, have a great day whatever you do. I'm going to spend the evening securely locked away, stroking my cat by myself and being bitter at other couples. That was yesterday. This is today. Whatever you do, have a good one.